Welcome to the Simplify Your Life podcast. It's Coach Simona, and I'm glad you decided to tune in. Hey everyone! In today's podcast episode, we're going to talk about the true meaning behind the belief, I don't feel good enough. And I will share with you 3 in-depth tips on how to feel good enough and accept yourself for exactly who you are. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Simona, certified life coach and author of the book 111 Ways to Simplify Your Life. I make weekly podcast episodes on personal development, so if that's something that you're interested in, make sure to subscribe. Now, before we get into my tips on how to stop feeling like you're not good enough, I have some very exciting news to share with you. My signature online program for women is going to open for enrollment on the 4th of May. We'll be accepting new students for only 2 weeks, so make sure to sign up for the waitlist if you want to be the first to know when it launches, and get your hands on some pretty exciting bonuses by visiting coachsimona.com/waitlist. This is going to be the first step-by-step program that combines cognitive behavioral therapy tools, confidence coaching, and a community of supportive women who are going through the same journey as you. So make sure to sign up for the waitlist by visiting coachsimona.com/waitlist. Alright, now let's get straight into my first tip on how to feel good enough. Identify the reason for not feeling good enough. Before we can find a solution to a problem, it's best to first define the core reason for creating the problem in the first place. If you have the belief, I don't feel good enough, ingrained in your brain, we'll have to go back to the root cause and work on understanding it first. So why do we feel like we're not good enough? When you think about it, being not good enough is simply a concept that your mind made up. It's a core belief, and thankfully it's something that you can absolutely work on. Now, what is the voice inside your head that's telling you that you're not good enough, that no matter what you do, you don't deserve success, or that you're not lovable enough? Let's call it the inner critic. Here's what's interesting about it. Your inner critic is the internalized voice of a critical parent, caretaker, or teacher. Someone who insulted you or scolded you repeatedly at a very young age. The thing is, what your inner critic says has nothing to do with reality. The reason why you feel like you're not good enough is you have internalized the belief at a very young age. And it's so deeply ingrained in your psyche that it's kind of like the default settings on your phone. You can only change it if you actually put in the work and consciously choose to adopt new, more helpful beliefs. Here are some of the weapons your inner critic uses to keep you stuck. It may appear the moment you're about to do something big and scary. For example, my inner critic was super harsh right before launching my first book. Or it may be there as a background noise telling you that you can't do it or you don't deserve it. One of the most important takeaways that I want you to take from this podcast episode is that you are not your thoughts. Your mind is holding you back, and now I'm going to tell you exactly what to do about it. My second tip is to become aware of your thoughts. I want you to commit to doing the following exercise every single day. Write down all the negative beliefs and thoughts you have. It may seem scary and uncomfortable at first, but in order to rewire your brain, you have to start with getting to know the unpleasant thoughts you've been thinking on a daily basis. After you become aware of your negative thoughts, you can proceed to all of the emotions that you feel as a result of them. For example, the thought, I don't feel good enough, may lead to feeling of shame, sadness, anxiety, maybe even anger. Write down next to these thoughts the emotions you feel, and try to rate them from 1 to 10, with 1 being the weakest and 10 being the strongest emotion. The third step in this process is to become aware of the behaviors you engage in as a result of your negative thoughts and feelings. Think of it this way. Every time you experience self-deprecating thoughts, this leads to a negative emotion, and you engage in an unhelpful behavior, also known as maladaptive. For example, after feeling ashamed of yourself or sad and powerless, you may start binging Netflix, eating junk food, or using other types of distractions to alleviate the pain. If you often try to run away from your problems, listen to episode 99 next, where I go in depth in how to stop distracting yourself. I will leave a link below. Okay, but how do you track all of these things without getting overwhelmed and actually not give up on day 5? To help you with that, I've created a copy of one of my favorite tools I use with my clients, called the Automatic Thought Record tool. It's super simple to use, but it will make this whole process a lot easier. So if you want to download it, just click the link in the description box below or visit bit.ly/thoughtrecord2. Now, once you become aware of your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, you can choose more helpful thoughts, which in turn will help you reframe your mindset by changing the beliefs you have about yourself. For example, next time you go through the "I'm not good enough" cycle, pick a new thought, such as, "I'm doing the best that I can and that is enough." Or write down something like, "My worth is inherent. I'm already enough." Which actually leads me to tip number 3. Embrace yourself for exactly who you are. So far, we've examined the core reason for not feeling good enough and the way to combat your negative thoughts, emotions, and behavior. Now, let's get to the best part, developing self-compassion and self-acceptance. Embracing yourself for exactly who you are means being okay with all aspects of your personality, every negative sensation in your body, every unwanted reaction. We all make mistakes, and we all learn from them by accepting the ultimate truth. We are only human. So, part of healing the belief of not feeling good enough is to understand that the only way to actually feel good enough is to build healthy self-esteem. So, how do we do that? Well, the first thing you can do is forgive yourself for all the things you've done wrong in the past. It's so easy to put pressure on yourself, to feel guilty for past mistakes or for all the things you wish you could have done differently. But if you don't change the way you perceive the past and genuinely move on from it, it will always hold you back. If you want to learn more on how to truly forgive yourself, listen to episode 125 on how to be unapologetically yourself after this one. I will leave a link below. After you forgive yourself, you can start focusing on the traits that you like the most about yourself. If you've always thought that you weren't good enough, this may be tricky, so I want you to start slow. Pause this audio and write down 3 things that you like about yourself. They don't have to be these big, grandiose things. Here are a few examples. I like the way I make lasagna. Or, I like the way I laugh. The important thing is to train your brain to focus on your strengths instead of your weaknesses. The next step in embracing yourself for exactly who you are is to be kind and gentle with yourself. If you're used to beating yourself up over everything, it may be difficult to start being compassionate and kind. So here's the first step you can take in this direction. Next time you feel like indulging in self-deprecating thoughts or self-criticism, I want you to do the following. Sit down, preferably at a quiet place, and just observe your thoughts. Take deep breaths and see them for exactly what they are, just thoughts. At some point, you will notice that they will become weaker and weaker. When you approach your mind with a sense of curiosity and you detach from the identity you have created in your mind, you diminish the power of your negative thoughts. And here's where self-compassion comes into play. Self-compassion is being okay with exactly who you are right here, right now. It's about accepting whatever's happening inside your mind and body. Now, the truth is that doing all of these things regularly will help you feel better about yourself and rewire the negative belief of not feeling good enough. But there is one important thing to remember. It takes time and patience to get sustainable results. So if you want to learn more about my proven step-by-step system on how to stop feeling like you're not good enough, make sure to sign up for the waitlist at coachsimona.com/waitlist. I'm so excited to guide you through the entire 90-day transformation, from not feeling good enough to building unshakable self-confidence by being unapologetically you. So head over to coachsimona.com/waitlist if you want to learn more. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please like it. And subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss out on my weekly podcast episodes. I'm sending you all my love, and I'll talk to you in the next one.